This is a trip report from Erowid called Forbidden Fruit in the Garden of Eden by Sasha, written for Erowid on December 25th, 2005. Dose is 2 flowers orally of Datura. I never was fond of any psychoactive found in nature. My drugs of choice were stimulants such as cocaine, ecstasy, some downers like ketamine, but most of all crystal methamphetamine, which was for me the drug of all drugs. 2 years ago, I was put in a 45-day rehab program due to abuse of crystal meth, known here in the Philippines as shabu. The rehab was located in a retreat house for nuns and priests and had a beautiful garden which contained many plants, flowers, and fruits, which the nuns took care of growing. In the center of the garden was a plant that my fellow rehab mates called the angel's trumpet. We were told that anybody caught eating the plant would get shut down and automatically start over the program from day one. I knew that the plant was also known as the Torah and was excited that waiting for me in the garden, like some forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden, was a powerful hallucinogenic. I loved hallucinating and would often have a very vivid hallucinations due to prolonged sleep deprivation due to my methamphetamine habit. Ever since I began my life as a part-time psychonaut in 2001, I was always very careful to learn about what I put in my body. Every substance I tried, I first researched in detail, learning of dosage, timing, negative effects, basically everything there was to know of the drug before taking it. Since I was in rehab with no access to any websites, I had no idea of knowing how much of the plants I had to consume or how to prepare it. But there was no stopping me. I was determined to try it. When no one was in the garden, I moved like a ninja to the plant. I took one trumpet, rushed to my room, and ate the whole thing. I then began to wait. At around 30 minutes, I decided to do something crazy. I stole another trumpet and ate it. I figured I had ingested enough to get the job done. I didn't realize at the time that I had taken way too much and had guaranteed a fucked up experience. At around 3 hours in, I started to feel woozy. Every movement began to feel heavy. My body felt glued to the sofa I was sitting in. I felt like I was magnetized to the soft pillows. I felt tired and sleepy. My speech began to slur and my vision became cloudy. My short-term memory started to fail me and I had difficulty maintaining a conversation. I would forget what we were talking about. I felt like I was coming up through and was looking forward to my trip. Well, that's about all the fun I had. Before I knew it, it was the following day. The worst part about it is that the next day my eyes were out of focus. I tried to read something and couldn't read it. I thought I was going blind. I didn't have any memory of the previous night, and it was all a blur. My friends from the rehab center told me that I wasn't eating dinner with them, but instead was wandering around the facility in the dark as I was in a orbit saying strange things. They started calling me by the nickname Orbit Boy. I'm not sure if I had hallucinated or seen anything interesting the night before, because I don't remember it. It was if as the day was erased from my life. My eyesight returned to normal 3 days later, but in those 3 days I was scared and I was sure that I had damaged my eyes. I decided I would never try the trumpet again. For those of you out there who plan to try the Torah, please research the dosage and preparations carefully so you don't end up like a zombie as I did. And if you ever find yourself in a garden with forbidden fruit, think twice before picking that apple.